We are back to work on the harvest equipment. Today I've got Mae West back out here to finish up the project that we started last time. We had to change one of the pieces that we're putting onto the gathering chains. I'll go out there and show you guys how that works and what we're doing here again now that we've got everything to complete this job today. You just relax, Didge. Don't stress too much. I've also got an electrician here. He's wiring up the fans on the new bin. And he's gonna add a few specific lights that we wanna put up in the yard here. Some high power lights we got from Northwest Lighting. Plus Jim is gonna be coming out here in an hour or two. And Anna's just gonna hang out. She's just gonna kind of hang out and rub against people when she wants attention. Huh? Yeah, I can get out. Height's good? Yeah. Okay, so this is the Kernel keeper system. If you go back a couple videos, we started installing some of this. There's two parts to it. So we've got a poly strip here on the deck plates that's actually cushioned by silicone underneath, so that when the cob comes down, it doesn't hit that deck plate so hard, and hopefully there's a little bit less shattering. The second piece to it is these brushes that actually come along and will sweep the kernels that are left on the deck plate into the header so that they don't shake out and fall in the deck plate there, and you end up with lost yield. So that's what Eric's doing over here, is installing the brushes. So here's the bottom of the, what do you call that? What is this piece called? Besides the poly?
The rail.
The rail,
the
okay.
HMW rail.
So underneath there's a silicone piece, or multiple silicone pieces that actually cushion it. Kind of adds like a little spring to it rather than slamming the ear of corn down onto the steel deck plates.
Each kit is going to come with this guide. And what that guide does, it perfectly places your rail.
Makes it perfectly straight here.
Keeps it perfectly straight from your lead edge on your deck plate.
Kind of holds it in place then, so when you drill the holes, I suppose, it's placed perfectly.
It's placed perfectly.
All right, we're starting to get some of these brushes wrapped up here, putting the chains back on. You can see over here how these brushes, if I can get at the right angle, how these brushes work. And we'll get into that once we actually get into harvest, but these are gonna sweep the kernels in, as I said before. It's not too much more complicated than that.
Nope, pretty simple.
And we got Jim out here working on a truck. I wonder what happened. What happened here? This truck took a leak, Jim?
What did you do?
What did I do? What happened over here? I leave you alone for 5 minutes.
The damn filter, you take it off, and some bitch, you know, it can't fall the right way. It falls the other way.
And it's about a 10-gallon filter on there. Little cardboard will soak that oil up. Don't spill any. What's going on with that one? What size is this? Is that a 24?
Yep.
So we are going to start this thing up and make sure everything lines up well and everything runs smoothly, which always makes me nervous. If you've watched my videos in the past, you know I get a little nervous the first time we fire up a combine for the year, because mostly I'm just scared of having like a wrench be left somewhere and go through expensive parts in the back. Since I changed fuel filters in this yesterday and I haven't started it since then either, I'm also going to let it prime. I do not want to let the diesel system run dry, so we'll let that electric pump fill it up. I was telling them, Eric, the first time I start a combine up every year, I get really nervous. Mostly because I'm scared of tools being left somewhere. And I don't want to hear them go through there. I remember when I was a kid, Dad fired one up for the first time of the year. A couple raccoons came out the back end. They didn't make it.
They didn't make it.
They didn't make it.
Isn't that
They
funny?
made it out the back end.
Isn't that funny how many tools you leave behind?
I hope they're not in the combine, that's all. I got the door cracked. I'm just gonna kick it on and run it for a second. I'm gonna turn it off right away just in case. Oh, can't do it. Grain tank cover's gotta open first. Holding. Okay, attempt number 2, here we go. I'm gonna crack my door. Okay. No clattering, no hammering, no nasty vibrations. Set the header down a little bit and we'll try that. Here we go. So I can hear what I'm pretty sure is the auger scraping on one of the shields. I don't know why, but we've had that before. I don't think it was on this header though, but I recognize that sound. Is it the auger scraping a shield?
Yep.
Yeah, we've had that before.
Yep.
Where's it at? Which one? Well, we'll deal with that shield later, but for right now you can see how the brushes come in and sweep up on the deck plates here. So when that ear of corn comes in, when the kernels do shatter some, it's just gonna sweep that back up into here and eventually ultimately up into here. And eventually into the grain bin and into my checking account. Since I'm here, I'm gonna run the machine a little bit more and I'm gonna run the unload auger just to make sure that all sounds good. Make sure there are no raccoons in it or anything. Must be fairly clean, there's nothing coming out of there. Everything sounded good, seemed to run fine, so we'll fold our hoppers up here, fold our header up, and then I'm actually gonna drop this head because I've got honeybee headers coming out tomorrow with a new 45-foot draper head for soybeans. So it's right from one thing to the other. But that's good because it is definitely that time of year. I think so. Seems to be running fine with good oil pressure. So this is last year's header that we ran. We've been keeping it back here. They have got an all-new model coming tomorrow, so they're gonna take this one back home. It's a good header. We've run one of their headers for the last 2 years now, and they came out with a new model, said, hey, would you be interested in trying this one? So that is what we are gonna do. We're gonna go see tomorrow what that one is all about. Okay, the next thing I'm set up here to do, since Jim is gone for the day and it's getting to be almost 4 o'clock, I'm gonna take this load of steel in that came off the old shed over here, since they re-tinned that, and I'm gonna haul this into the scrapyard. Well, check it out. I come to the scrapyard and I even run to old 23 himself over here. Taking care of business. I'm gonna unhook that trailer tonight, but you guys know how I hate tufts of long grass. All right, the trailer's unhooked. I'm gonna shut the shed doors here, and then go in and clean up because we got some family stuff going on tonight, so I'll see you in the morning. It's been a nice early morning for Anna and I. We are getting ready to head up to River City Speedway in Grand Forks, North Dakota with both my car and Onyx's car. We got 3 big nights of racing there, and we are hoping to do videos over on the Between the Rows channel. But before we can load up and take off for that, we actually have Honeybee coming with that new header. They should be here any minute. And it is a beautiful, crisp morning here in central Minnesota. I always really like these September mornings when things start to cool down a little bit and some of the humidity lifts, which that has not happened yet, but at least the guy can start to breathe again a little bit. There is the new header right there. I have no idea how much assembly or setup this may or may not take, but before I leave here today, we're gonna have that thing ready to go. I've already got the combine ready to go, aside from just extremely minor details, but otherwise, we are very, very close to being ready. Morning.
Nice to meet you.
Zach, good to meet you.
How are you?
I'm good. Well, Brian says we're pretty much ready to go on that, so I'm gonna check the oil in the combine and fire this thing up right away, and we're gonna lift that header onto here. I'm just gonna make sure I put in the correct amount of oil. Make sure everything looks good here. Perfect. That's all I got. There, we got a little bit of that. Okay, now we're gonna put on the end snouts and run a little bit of wiring. We got the wiring in here from last year's header, so I don't think it's gonna be much. Just a little bit of a different box. The snouts are off just because he brought it down the road so far. Brian's got the wiring run. We got the snouts on. He's running some calibrations up there. It's actually been nice. He's been handling the majority of it, and I've been getting some other stuff done. So now it's just running itself through the motions to calibrate everything and make sure that the machine is communicating with the header properly, just so that the machine knows where the header's actually riding. I think calibrations are done. Brian's got it back on the cart here. Hopefully we're ready to go until those beans dry up. She all good?
Good to go, man.
Nice. Well, that was it. Brian was able to do his thing. He got us mostly set up here. We got a few things to finish on the combine and a lot of stuff overall to get ready for harvest. Well, I had other plans of hooking up a semi and doing some other odds and ends around here on the farm this morning, but so far today has thrown a lot more at me than I actually expected, and we have to get 2 race cars loaded up and get 3 hours up the road and do the family and pit crew fun thing here for the weekend. So I am out. This is gonna be the end of this video. Thank you for watching. I never really know how to end the videos for sure. So we'll see you later. Keep it between the rows.